Good morning. It is Monday, December 8th, 2025. I'm getting ready for work. Boy, did I have a nightmare. It was like the weirdest thing. I dreamed that I had like some sort of camper van and my mom was driving and I got bit by somebody's dog and I was like freaking out because I was like, oh no, I'm gonna get rabies or something. And then it felt so real. So when I woke up, I like checked my hands because I had gotten bit on my hands in the dream. And I woke up at like 5:30. My alarm goes off at 6, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm up. I'm not going back to sleep. So, I've been up for about an hour now. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna work out this morning before work. I think I'm still gonna do like a 15-minute lifting workout or something, and then try to get to the gym later after work. My bangs are doing this thing today. I don't know if I hate it or like it. Like it does look kind of cute, but it's also obnoxious. Yesterday we played Dungeons and Dragons for a couple of hours. We still haven't gotten through the end of the Witchlight Fair. Mostly because like Robbie had to leave in the middle of our session, so Ronan came up with another thing, and like he texted his boss and told him we were playing D&D, and his boss came up with a scenario for us. So we had to fight some crazy clown or something. I almost lost the battle. It was so bad. We're so bad at this game. And like all of us chose characters that are chaotic, so it gets really insane. You can see I still have dye in my fingernails. It'll be like that for a couple of days before that finally. No matter how much I try to wash it out, it does not come out of my fingernails very easily. We're supposed to get a bunch of snow today, which is why I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to the gym. Because if it snows, I need to be shoveling. And if I'm shoveling, then I probably won't work out in the gym. It's nice to be back in the gym though. But Robbie, he's like a maniac. He's in the gym all day long now. He he went to the gym 4 times yesterday. He says he's taking a break today, but we'll see if he actually does. When he gets onto something, he's so driven. And he's decided that he wants abs. Like, he has abs, but like he wants intense abs. So right now it's kind of all he's thinking about. He ran me through an ab workout. I filmed part of it, and by the time my muscles gave out and I was exhausted, he's like, that's just a warm-up, Mom. I'm like, not for me, Bibs. Like, you go for it. You keep going. I'm done. Tap out a lot sooner. I mean, I'm 42 and I've given birth to 10 kids. He's a young man in his prime. And I can't push myself as far as he does for a lot of reasons. Namely, if I get hurt, there's a lot of people depending on me, both at home and at work. So I can't get injured. Although I got notification from one of my jobs that my job is now participating in the Family Leave Act of Minnesota, so that's nice. That would have been a nice thing to have when Tilk was actively dying and after, because like my husband did not get to take off of work to be at home with us, and he only got a few days off when Tilk passed away. I think if he had been able to take time off of work to be home with us, especially like when I had to be in the ICU with Tilk, we just didn't have an income during that 3 weeks. And the kindness of strangers is what got us through, because a couple of my online friends were like asking me to start a GoFundMe, so I did. And it raised, I think, like $4,000, which was really, really, really helpful during that time. It covered all the expenses of me being away, and you know, because when a parent stays in the hospital with their child, the parent's expenses are not covered by the hospital. And you have to order out food every day. That's expensive. You know. And then on the days that Rob did go to work, we had to pay for childcare. There was just, Chuck was in the ICU for 3 weeks. The first, like, half a week, I couldn't even get to him. He had been flown out. I'm so glad he didn't die then, because he would have died alone without me. His caregivers drove out there. They didn't have the obligations that I had, and they drove out there so somebody was with him, but you know, it's not the same when it's not your parent. You know, he did recover then, but he died 3 months later, so he never like fully recovered, but like, you know, he woke up. And then we were in the ICU for a couple more weeks because he developed new types of seizures, and he had to be on IV antibiotics that went directly into his heart, and it was terrifying. I really wish that Family Medical Leave Act would have happened before. And then when he passed away, my husband only had a few days that he took off of work, and of course he didn't get paid for that. So, you know, it was a struggle. I'm very glad that other families won't suffer that way. I'm doing my makeup really similar to how I did yesterday, except this time I want to use blues and greens instead of purple in the corner of my eye. Because I used the purple color. It's a really pretty purple color, but it was too light, I think. Too bright. You know what, maybe I do want to do purple, but a different purple. Last time I used Sprinkle Whips. This time I'm going to use Sugar Drizzle. it's very white. I don't know. Maybe that was the wrong choice. I mean, it's purple, but it looks whiter than I expected. That's okay. I'll be working both my jobs today. One for in 3 hours, and I'll come home. I might go to the gym, and then I'll be working the other job for 3 hours. I'm looking forward to getting my client out into the gym as soon as her doctor clears her. One of the things I do with her is work out together, but she had a injury to her leg and hasn't been able to get out much lately, so it'll be nice to get up and get moving again. Hope this stupid scab heals quickly because it's driving me crazy. The TikTok filters kind of hide the scab, but not very well. I do use filters on some of my TikToks, not all of them. I think I'm shadow banned on TikTok though, because lately my videos are not really getting any views. And TikTok's been being weird too. Every single time I open it, it makes me verify. I tried clearing the cache, uninstalling and reinstalling. Still keeps doing it. It's very frustrating. The rest of the kids are all doing well. Things have been going pretty good for the most part, which is really nice. Really nice. Life has always been so difficult and dramatic, and to have things just be normal, be soft and gentle, you know. It's also strange because, you know, my normal when Tilk was here, when Tilk was alive, was stress. Always worrying about appointments and this and that. And while it's, in some ways, it's nice to not have all that extra stress, I'd take it back in a second if it meant having my son back. I miss him so much. I don't know if it's the holiday season, winter weather, being inside more or something. It's just been heavier lately. It feels harder. It feels heavier. I've been crying a lot more. I just miss him so much. The weird thing about feeling happy after losing a child, you know, it's been 1.5 years. And there are days where I feel happy and at peace, and then I feel guilt. Like, how should I be allowed to feel happy again? How should I be allowed to feel okay again? And then, you know, that momentary peace just evaporates. I know it's grief. I know that's a stage of grief. I know that everybody grieving goes through it. Yesterday I was talking with a mom that lost her special needs daughter 16 years ago. And we cried together. And she said what I've always thought. It never really goes away, not completely. Pain never really fully heals. That's gonna stay like that all day. Oh well, I guess. You just learn how to cope with the pain. I don't know, Christmas is in just over 2 weeks. And it just... Last Christmas, Robbie came home from the army for Christmas break, and we were so focused on that. But somehow in the peacefulness, when there's not so much activity and stress, the sorrow hits harder. And I think this Christmas is actually going to feel harder than last Christmas. Last Christmas I packed in every activity that I knew Robbie wanted to do. And I just kept busy. Go, go, go. This Christmas is chill, quiet. Maybe that's why it hurts more. We never had a chill, quiet Christmas. It was always full of intensity, both good and stressful. So I don't know. I don't know how to exist in peace yet. It feels good. My body's healing. I'm calm. I can sleep for the first time in years. My marriage is healing. Everything's good. And then I feel guilty because my son isn't on this earth anymore. It's an odd mix. Grief is strange. Grief is confusing. And I just wish I could go back. I wish I could pull him back to me. I wish I could reach into his pictures and... That's another hard thing. There'll never be new pictures. There'll never be new memories. There'll never be new experiences that involve him. And it's hard. My kids are all grieving in different ways. Ellie wants to remember every bit of him. She wears his clothes. He always wore pajamas, especially at night. And she's about the size he was now. She wears his pajamas to feel close to him. It was hard at first, adjusting to seeing somebody else wearing his clothes. She has her own clothes. She chooses to wear his. Theo wants to forget. He doesn't like to talk about him. He doesn't like to think about him. Naomi is somewhere in between. She's starting to forget things, and it bothers her that she's forgetting. We talk about him every day. I know that especially for small kids, forgetting over time is normal. But it's hard. I don't want him to be forgotten. Our extended family pretends like he didn't exist. My parents have only called me like 3 times, maybe, since he died a year and a half ago. None of my siblings came to see me. They didn't even offer to. They just disappeared. His caregivers, I've talked to them maybe 4 times. I tried. I reached out. I wanted them to remain part of my family. They were part of Tilks for so long. They were his other family. Their daughter still talks to me pretty often. She tells me that she considers me to be like her other mom. don't reach out. I gave up. It hurts. I think on some levels, maybe they blame me because I was the one that said we're not putting him on machines again. It was too hard on him. I couldn't make him go through that again. Rob's dad has still not said a word to us about Tilk. The only thing he ever talks about is politics. Rob's mom was great. The first couple of months after Tilk died, she was surprisingly supportive, which was different because she wasn't supportive at all when he was alive. But I don't know. People that I thought were my best friends disappeared. And people that were strangers came alongside of me. Now I have new best friends. One of the ladies I work for, she was comforting me yesterday. She's become like a mom to me. And, you know, I mean, God brought people around us to fill in those gaps. People that I never would have expected. And the people that I thought were my forever people just abandoned me. When they went through tough stuff, none of them lost a child, but when they went through tough stuff, I was right there. But they weren't there for me. Going through something so extreme, you learn a lot. And it's hard. I'm not angry. I'm sad. I don't know how to build a relationship again with those people. I probably won't. It's just sort of, hey, I walked through hellfire, you weren't there. You chose not to be there. You could have been there. You chose not to. And now I don't have a place for you. It's just how it is. But the people that came around me, I'd do just about anything for them. I'm still involved in the Kabuki Syndrome group. I still reach out to new parents. And the people that were my friends there are still, they honor him. They won't let him be forgotten. Some of them are moms that walked this road before me. And when they lost their child, I was one of the first people to reach out. And they came back to me. There's another lady I met, not a special needs mom, but she lost her son 6 months after I lost mine, and I met her online because of that. A friend of mine was like, hey, my friend just lost her son. Can you talk to her? And now we're close. Grief can bond people as you lean on each other to heal. It can also destroy relationships. Grieving our son almost killed my marriage. But we're getting better now. We're grieving together now, and that makes all the difference. Anyway, you guys have a good day. I'll see you soon.